Patty Martin and Terry Band here. They have just been outstanding, and we thank you. And it's an honor on behalf of Growing Power and its Social Justice Initiative, GFJI. It's an honor to be here as we celebrate this incredible culture and this beautiful land. Would you say so? I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
All right. You know, Mr. Gill, I was just introduced to, and I'd like to say a special hello. And he said, say this here. He-a-ho. Did I say it right?
He-a-ho.
He-a-ho. All right. He-a-ho. He-a-ho.
And you say,
And that means welcome, hello, greetings. And I'm just very proud. I just learned that little bit of language. See, trying. Yeah. I'm trying. That's the Navajo. God bless you. I love it. Well, we are all here to advance the cause of sustainable foods, healthy and growing foods in our community. I was spiritually touched by listening to the beautiful songs that were presented to us. And, Will Allen, he just told me, he said, well, you get on up there and you sing a song. And I want you to change the words. So I'm going to try to sing the song and change the words. It's really a kind of a Growing Power song, but I think it'll fit this incredible opportunity and time that we will have together over these next couple of days. Okay, here we go. I see Taos County Economic Development Corps, Growing Power too. I see food growing for me and for you. And I say to myself, what a beautiful Taos. I see sacred mountains, skies of blue. I see the love for me and for you. And I say to myself, what a beautiful Taos. The color of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I'm glad and honored to be here with you. I see babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll know much more than I'll ever know. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you. All of what you will experience would not have taken place unless it have come together with our incredible host and the guy who stirs the straw. He's a big, tall straw, by the way. He prides himself in saying farmer first, then founder, CEO of Growing Power. It is an honor to bring to you this individual who puts his money where his mouth is. And we're just proud to have this occasion as we celebrate our 6th annual, right, Erica? This is our 6th annual gathering for growing food and justice for all. So without further ado, Will Allen. Let's give it a round of applause.
These things never work for me, so I hope you can hear me. First of all, before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about why you all are all here. This didn't just start a year ago. This actually started about 15 years ago when we met at various conferences around the country, and our relationship started to grow, and I started to hear about what was going on out here in Taos and how Patty and Carrie had built this wonderful food center here, and it was kind of a secret to a few people, and I think in New Mexico knew about it, like folks like Pam Roy and others that would talk about it. But I think for the most part, folks around the country didn't know about all the wonderful things that was happening here in Taos on this place where we sit and stand today. So that's really when it started, way back then. And as we would meet over the years, we vowed to someday work together. We said, we're going to do a project together. We're going to do something together. And last year I came out for the first time after meeting them at conferences over the years. Erica, my daughter, myself came out, and we saw this beautiful place. We looked up on the mountain, and this place just felt so right, such a spiritual place. Having 5 years of growing food and justice in Milwaukee, we felt that this would be an appropriate place to have this gathering. So we started, first of all, we had to, of course, go to our partners here and ask them if they would want to host the event. And they agreed to, and then we had to go to our advisory board, GFJI advisory board, to get approval and so forth. And that's the reason that we're here. And for me, this is a very special place. Because when you think about this work, Growing Power has been in existence for now 21 years. We're in our 21st year. These folks have been doing this work for 27 years. And those veterans in this room, you know how hard and challenging this work can be. And for somebody to sustain, we talk about sustainability all the time. You hear that word thrown about a lot. But to really to sustain work like this, important work like this, for 27 years, to me that's very special. I mean, what do you all think? And I know when you leave this place, you'll feel like I did when I came here and I left this place. That other people need to know about this place, about the work that these folks do. Because they're not just doing one thing, they're doing a lot of things to support the community. The community here and folks that they brought in small groups over the years to train around the food system and many other areas. So one of the charges I give everybody is that when you leave here, tell somebody about this place. Tell somebody about this work of 27 years that these folks have been doing this work in partnership with the Pueblo here and other folks. This is really something special. So I'm not going to talk a lot, because those of you who know me, I could stand up here for 2-3 hours and talk about the food system, but I won't. I think everybody here knows that our food system's in trouble. We know we have all these challenges and issues around food, and we have to do something about it. And we have all these wonderful people. You guys wouldn't be here if you didn't want to do anything about it. You wouldn't have traveled all this way to participate in really trying to make this a just food system, because that's what we have to do. We're all in this thing together. And it's important that everybody work together. So this gives us a great opportunity to come together, strategize around how we're going to change the existing food system so we can survive as a species, really. Because if we're not able to fix this, the system that we have now, we won't survive. Many people believe that. I believe that. So this is an opportunity to do that. And the good thing about what's happening today, and I've been in this a long time along with Patty and many others, is that we have all these new people that have joined what I call the Good Food Revolution. And those new people are the under 40 group. You know, when this started, there was crusty old farmers like me and people studying the food system that would be at the table. But now we have this under 40 group, about 70%. So it's good to look around the room and see all these young people that are going to take over and do it in their way. And hopefully we can pass on as much as we can to this next generation that's going to make it. Because I feel that we've dug a very deep ditch. I feel that my generation has not done what we should have done in terms of passing on about our food and our water and our land and many other things to this generation. But I feel very confident that this under 40 generation is going to change the system, is going to help and pass on to their next generation. Even though we hear all of this stuff about this generation is not going to have the same kind of lifestyle, I don't believe that. I have a lot of confidence in the young people today as I travel around the country and around the world and talk to people that this next generation is going to do it. So this gives us a great opportunity to pass on, and that's what this is all about. Coming here and being here at this place, this special place where the spirits are all around us, where the spirits of this special place will help us in terms of being able to do that work. So I'm not going to, again, say a lot, but I do have some work that we're going to do. The first exercise that we're going to do as a group. This is something that I was sitting around one day and I came up with this. This is a real scenario that I'm going to present to everybody here today. This scenario exists in this town. This scenario exists in many towns around the country and around the world that I'm going to present to you. And then you all, the challenge that you all have is to strategize around the scenario and come up with ideas to tackle the scenario I'm going to give you. Okay, got to put in my glasses for this. Okay, this is called Our Town. You come from a town of 300,000 people. The town is divided by three different groups of people. The people of color who live on the north side of town are predominantly African American, Asian, Latino, Native American. The native people of the land in this town were the ones that really founded this town. We also have low-income, middle-income white folks that live in this town, but they live on the south side of town. So this town is segregated. And then we have about 10% of the people, predominantly white, who live on the outskirts of town, and these people are very wealthy. The wealthy community has accumulated their wealth from two separate industries that have since abandoned the town, a car factory and a mine. These two industries stripped the land of its natural resources and also contaminated the town with pollution, especially lead in the soil, making the soil unproductive and dangerous. The wealthy community segregates itself from the rest of the town. Because of the industrial pullout and the population had diminished from 500,000 to 300,000, resulting in loss of most notably grocery stores. The town is filled with fast food restaurants, corner stores, and very limited fresh food and dollar stores. There is no local food available due to the contamination of the land, especially the soil. The town is also plagued with high rates of cancer, lead poisoning, respiratory diseases. Currently, the obesity rate in the town is 35%. Unemployment is about 30%. A group of concerned citizens from the white, low to middle income side of town and people of color side of town have been meeting for over a year to effect positive change in the town. The group determined that number one concern for the town was the contamination levels in the soil. The group believes that the way to positively affect change in the town is to start growing food, to start a food industry, as food is both fundamentally and a unifying force. They decided to start a composting operation in the town so they can start growing local food. The group sent a delegation to Growing Power to participate in the Commercial Urban Ag training course, which equipped them with the ability to write a business plan as well as hands-on skills to start composting and growing food. Now, the activity for you all, we're going to break into small groups. Your goal is to engage the wealthy inhabitants of town, come up with strategies that will use to tap into their wealth and power. You will present to the entire group, each breakout group will present to the entire group with some strategies to be able to do that. So, you guys want to divide folks up and tell them